हाय एवरीवन एंड अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ हैप्पी चिप। आज मेरे साथ एक वाकई बहुत ख़ास मेहमान मौजूद हैं जिनको मैं मेहमान भी नहीं कहूँगी बिकॉज इट्स माई ओन सिस्टर इन लॉ, माई नंद सुमैया हसन. हाउ आर यू सुमैया?
Hi, I'm good. I'm just a little nervous to be here.
Everybody who comes and sits on that seat says this nervousness हो रही है. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
and the equipment is like so grand and it feels like.
वो थोड़ा overwhelming हो
Yeah,
जाता है. हाँ हाँ. So I understand that. That's natural. So how are you, Sumayya? How are you
I'm
doing?
good.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves? What do you do? What do you do?
So, so I am currently an entrepreneur and a content creator. And I run a platform on Instagram called Super Sumaya, which is kind of like my personal account. I share a bit about my personal life, my journeys through my life. And I have another platform called Super Mama, and that's where I talk about, I just share information about motherhood, parenting, pregnancy, and sexual reproductive health, and how to take care of your child, toddler, things like that.
Yeah, so it's motherhood and women and all of these things and babies. Sahi. But now you're here at this point. लेकिन इस पॉइंट के पीछे बहुत बड़ी जर्नी है जिसमें बहुत सारी पर्सनल लर्निंग्स हैं, इंसाइट्स हैं. लाइक देयर इज़ अ लॉट दैट हैज़ हैपेंड दैट हैज़ लेड टू दिस पॉइंट. मैंने पर्सनली I've witnessed your journey. So I really wanted you to come here and share that with us, right? So we'll start from the start when you started blogging.
Yeah.
Why and when you started blogging and how that sort of happened.
So, blogging was never something that I started deliberately,
ठीक है.
and it happened over time very naturally. So, I think I'm going to take you a little further back into what led me to, talk about the things that I talk about now. I come from a family of 4 brothers, and I have one sister. And my sister got married when I was just 7.
Sahi.
And then she was abroad, so I basically grew up with my 4 brothers. And I grew up pretty much like them in every essence.
ठीक है.
So I was literally wearing like hand-me-down clothes of my brothers the whole time. Until, मेरे रिश्ते वाला टाइम आया and my mom suddenly was like, बेटा अब शलवार कमीज पहन लो.
अब तुम्हें ज़रा लड़की लगने की ज़रूरत है.
So until my रिश्ता टाइम when my mom was like, बेटा अब तुम जो है ना शलवार कमीज़ पहनना शुरू कर दो. और उस वक्त मुझे वो शॉकर सा लगा था कि भाई सारी ज़िंदगी मैंने नहीं पहने, अब मैं क्यों पहनूँ and straighten your hair and put on some makeup. I was just never into those things.
You were not girly and all of a sudden कहा जा रहा है कि अब तुम्हें रिश्ता रेडी लगना चाहिए.
Absolutely, you should look like the perfect girl, right? And my mom was adamant कि बेटा heels पहनो और makeup लगाओ and I was a sporty girl. Like I have grown up playing football and volleyball and table tennis and I couldn't give a damn about how I looked or what my hair was looking like. So I didn't do that, even though she was. एक point आया when my mom was just like, अच्छा ये नहीं करेगी, so she just gave up. But that was kind of, the kind of person that I was and how I was growing up. So that was the environment. My mother played a huge role in that entire journey in the sense that she wanted to make sure that I was no less than my brothers in any way. So she encouraged me to take part in almost everything. Even when it came to sports, it was a lot to do with how she kept pushing me to go into it and try my best. And I think एक naturally मेरी personality थी थोड़ी athletic सी, थोड़ी outdoorsy सी. So she maybe saw it because she's kind of like that as well. Like she was like that when she was young. So she encouraged me to do that. And then I graduated from high school and I went to LUMS. And I was the first child in my family who was away for university.
Right, in another city.
In another city. And considering that I have brothers, they were all at home. I was a girl, and it was a big decision for my parents, which उस वक्त मुझे नहीं लग रहा था कि इतनी कोई big deal है. But now when I think about it, now that I have my own daughters, I realized कि कितना बड़ा step था उन लोगों के लिए, that they, just, they thought this was important for me and this was like good exposure, so they sent me there. And it was kind of me being independent. I was completely on my own. I had a budget. I had to take care of everything myself. And I was not in my comfort zone. So I did not have my home to go back to and sit and cry to my mom कि उसने मुझे ये कह दिया और उसने मुझे bully किया या ये हुआ या वो हुआ. So, I was kind of learning all of these things myself at that time. And LUMS has its way of, putting ideas in your head. So it exposed us to all of these different ways of life, and it kind of inculcated in me like the sense of who I am and why am I living this life. So all these bigger ideas. So when I graduated from LUMS, I did my bachelor's in law. So it was like a 5-year program, and I remember when I graduated, the one thing that was on the top of my head was constantly this question that I was asking myself, what is the purpose of my life? And I remember कि मैंने जो है ना existentialist philosophers पढ़ना शुरू हो गई थी क्योंकि मुझे नहीं समझ आ रही थी कि हम ये सारी एक रट में जो हैं इसका end result क्या होना है.
Graduation के बाद a lot of people feel like that actually.
Yeah.
एकदम से अब जिंदगी का purpose क्या है?
But it wasn't about jobs and career. It was more to do with the bigger purpose of my existence. Like why as a human being am I here and what am I supposed to do and how am I supposed to leave my mark in this world and around all these people. So I was struggling through that. I started my first job at a law firm.
And I graduated as a lawyer?
Yes, I graduated as a lawyer. I started my job at a law firm and it was like it wasn't even me applying there. I just went there for like a certificate and they offered me a job and they already knew who I was because I had worked with them, interned with them before, so they really liked me and everything. So I started working there. मैंने कहा ठीक है आ गई है offer तो कर लेते हैं, अच्छी firm है. So I started working there. I just worked there for 6 months. But that experience was, I think, one of the first where I felt how women are so underrepresented, not just in this field, I think in a lot of fields in Pakistan, but work ethic wise, they suffer a lot.
Acha.
So one of my managers there, she was also a woman. And she was constantly belittling me, bullying me, and at this point, I was not an assertive and very confident person. So the person that you see now has come through so many, failures and so many lessons and so many moments where I was really pushed down to rock bottom. कि फिर मुझे बार बार राइज करना पड़ा, कुछ सीखना पड़ा एंड स्ट्रगल करना पड़ा. So that was the first, I think, point where I really hit rock bottom and I thought मेरा self esteem बिल्कुल उस बंदी ने गिरा दिया था. And what was sad was that it was another woman who was pushing down a woman who was at that firm. There were no other women at that firm. It was just me and her.
Acha.
So
you basically should have been more of a team.
Yeah.
But you were more like, not like that, basically.
Yeah. So it was literally bila wajah ka na, but so she was turning me down. Eventually, I just gave up and I left. Uske baad, I started working. Beach mein, I worked at a few other places, got some other learnings. Then finally, I started working at an NGO. It was a multinational. I did consultancy with them.
Achha.
They were great. So my main boss there, she was Canadian.
Achha.
She saw my potential, and till her last day there, she kept telling me, Sumaya, you're a star. You need to get out of here and you need to do big things in life. And I used to just be like, yeah, you're just too sweet. I don't know, like, I still didn't think that I could do anything bigger. So udhar bhi I came across jo meri direct manager thi. She was also somebody who was, kind of pushing me down. I think women tend to get insecure very quickly in positions like these.
Of other women.
Yeah, absolutely. So उधर मैं थोड़ी सी पिछले एक्सपीरियंस से ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ आई थी. I had been through it before, so I stood my ground and I kept doing my best. And I had a lot of work to show people what I was capable of. फिर I moved to Thailand, and I was there for almost 3 years. Udhar I started just doing empowerment videos on Snapchat. So I wasn't thinking about, having a lot of followers or blogging or anything like that. I just had a small audience, and that was also because I was part of the LOL Studios team when LOL Studio started. So people naturally started following me as well. और उसको कितना कोई Instagram भी बड़ी चीज़ नहीं थी. Snapchat पे ज़्यादा लोग होते थे. Snapchat पे मेरे कुछ followers थे. And I was traveling a lot at that time. So, people started following me for that. And those girls would reach out to me in messages and ask me questions about, how did you do this and what should I study? And this is their issues that they were facing. So I thought, instead of talking to everyone individually, let's just start doing these sessions.
Yeah.
और मैं बस ऑफिस से घर जाते हुए जब वॉक करी होती थी तो मैंने अपनी स्नैपचैट खोल के, वो कोई 5 मिनट्स की वॉक थी, उसमें मैं बस एक छोटी सी वीडियो कुछ बना के और वो मैं शेयर करी थी.
Women related कुछ.
Yeah. So people really like that. And I was talking about, self-esteem and confidence and the importance of women traveling. So like very basic सी चीज़ें. And people really liked it. I think उस point मुझे realize हुआ कि यार पाकिस्तान में कितनी dire need है for women to have mentors, or for women to just have like motivational speakers or somebody who can just guide them.
Yeah.
So that's where this whole blogging journey basically started.
Yeah. So basically when you graduated and you stepped into practical life, तो एक realization हुई कि औरतों की क्या situation है real life में.
Yeah.
That sort of sparked a passion for talking about empowerment for women, right?
Absolutely.
बीच में you said कि work ethic wise women really struggle. So if there were a few things you could tell us कि what do you think your workplaces में, what are some struggles that women have, like as a lawyer maybe, that you felt and experienced?
I think it's generally like women are not respected enough, so they would be more comfortable with giving work to men as opposed to women. या women को वो थोड़ा lightly लेते हैं कि अच्छा
seriously नहीं लेते
दूसरा ये था, like I said, that there's always this between women, there's some rivalry or someone pulling the other one down. So if that changed to an environment where they were supporting each other, it would make things a lot better for women. उसके अलावा I think like in my experiences I never felt like I'm being paid any less, or the work, like I said, I had an amazing, जो मेरी main boss थी, she was amazing. So she was really encouraging. But even in Thailand, so this is not just something that's I think just for Pakistan, but all over the world. So even in Thailand, the place that I was working at was 90% women. And they were women from all over the world. And they were all young. And that place was literally, they were paying us peanuts, I would say. And there was no maternity, there was no even unpaid maternity leave nahi thi. So इस तरह की चीज़ें थी, and we used to have conversations with them, you have so many women here, a lot of us are married or getting married, and you have no like allowance for maternity leave and things like that. So those things I think were just not anywhere. And now that I'm a mother, I feel like workplaces are even more unsupportive because there are no daycares, there are no paternity leaves, and even maternity यहाँ पे जो है वो कुछ जगहें 3 महीने की देती हैं, कुछ जगहें तो वो भी नहीं देती.
हाँ.
So और 3 महीने honestly कुछ भी नहीं है. So those issues are there. But it's not just the workplaces, like the women are struggling on so many fronts.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask कि नहीं, first you continue, then I will ask.
So one thing that I think I would mention here is that when you're a woman and you're going to work, right? By the time you get work, you've already gone through so much. Starting with driving on the road, the kind of, harassment you get or issues you face, वो होते हैं. फिर there's so many thoughts that are going in your head when you're at your workplace. For instance, am I dressed appropriately? Are my colleagues treating me respectfully? And if somebody does something, you know, and that has happened to me once at one of my workplaces, where this man made me really uncomfortable. And I did not know what to do about it.
Yeah.
And as a lawyer, I knew that there's a law in place about sexual harassment at workplace, but I was scared that if I go and report him, then everyone in the organization will become awkward. And the truth is that I didn't. I didn't even tell my parents for that matter, because I was worried that they might not want me to work at that place. You know, so those things are always there. And imagine when you have to go through all of these things, how will you perform? You know, and उसके background में आपको और जो चीज़ें फेस करने को मिल रही होती हैं कि जी constant noise about रिश्ता, about बच्चे, about family, about what you're doing, where you're going, who you're meeting. वो एक literal day to day की जो है ना एक
so much extra cup being a woman, especially one who's working. So that's exactly what I was going to ask you उस वक्त कि एक तो आपका work aspect है ना, फिर एक पूरा social aspect है that affects your work.
Absolutely.
So in a lot of the families as well, आप सुबह निकल के जा रहे हो तो you're hearing some sort of noise from your mom or your dad के or maybe unsupportive to, maybe they could be unsupportive towards your work. You know, कुछ लोगों के साथ ये भी होता है कि they're not very happy कि you know you're doing this. Or if you're married तो your in-laws are not supportive.
Or your husband is not supportive.
Or your husband is not supportive. तो वो मतलब इस सारी noise के साथ you're going to work, वहाँ पे अपने issues, तो you know it's quite a lot to deal with for a woman.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So your question was very valid. Then how do you expect her to perform?
Yeah.
You know. So yeah,
and that's why I feel like women who've made it to that workplace, they need to be celebrated. They need to be told that you've done great, man. Like you're finally here.
Yeah.
And that's why women need to support each other, because they're all going through that struggle.
I think women में थोड़ा सा जो problem आता है ना, where you said कि you know other women were pulling you down. A lot of the times, so some women are able to do better in certain things.
Yeah.
And कुछ लड़कियों के क्योंकि obviously मसले भी फ़र्क होते हैं, तो they're not able to do the same. And फिर वो एक comparison वाली चीज़ जब आती है ना, तो फिर insecurities होती हैं, फिर pulling down होती है, फिर इस तरह की सारी चीज़ें होती हैं. But I think like as women we need to realize कि some, especially in our society और हमारा जो culture है, everybody has issues. कोई ना कोई issue होगा.
बिल्कुल.
In our society, nobody is handed down things in a silver platter. It is difficult as a woman to achieve things in this country.
And no matter what background you're coming from.
No matter what background you're coming from.
Yeah.
So वो एक ऐसी, that's why we need to look past how easy it is for another woman and just support other women. Problem ये होता है कि वो comparison में शुरू हो जाती हैं, उसके लिए तो बड़ा आसान है, मेरे लिए बड़ा मुश्किल है. And that's what leads to pulling other women down as well.
Yeah.
तो बहुत सारी ख़वातीन यहाँ पर भी सुन रही होंगी और उनको शायद फील भी होता होगा when they look at other women and you know they compare their circumstances and stuff, and I understand it's very natural as well, but I think हम ही एक दूसरे को support कर सकते हैं because other people cannot understand what it's
that's
like.
the thing, like as women we all go through this, right? So we are at that position where we can understand another woman the best. और हम ही उसको नहीं support कर रहे, तो ये बड़ी ज़्यादती वाली बात है.
Instead of making it easier, we're making it more difficult. That's not fair. सही. So you started with Snapchat and then you started blogging, right? And you were working in Thailand at that time. So उसी वक्त I after these sessions started getting bigger and people started asking me to do like videos on YouTube. So I put together a website and I started writing blogs there. एंड साथ ही मैंने यूट्यूब पे कुछ वीडियोस बनाई हैं, मैंने वहाँ डालना शुरू किया. स्नैपचैट पे वो चली जाती थी, पीपल कुडंट वॉच ऑल ऑफ देम, दे वांटेड टू सेव इट, टू वॉच इट अगेन और शो इट टू समबडी एल्स और देयर पेरेंट्स इवन. सो देन आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट. और उसमें एक टर्निंग पॉइंट जो था ना, वो था व्हेन आई डिसाइडेड टू टॉक अबाउट PCOS. And that was something that I was struggling with
on my own, and
Okay.
it was something that was very new. So I had been diagnosed with something, but they never termed it PCOS.
ठीक है.
और ये सारी चीज़ें मैंने अपनी रिसर्च करके मुझे समझ आया कि अच्छा ये जो मेरे साथ हो रहा है ये PCOS है.
ठीक है.
So when I decided to put a post about it, because I realized that a lot of other women go through this as well. So मेरे अपनी like personal circle में I knew so many people who had PCOS. So I thought, let's put this out there so that just like me, who's had to go through so much to finally figure out what's happening to me, these girls can understand what's going on and they can deal with their life better. और जब मैंने अपनी रिसर्च की तो मुझे समझ आ गई थी कि अच्छा ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है, अब इसको मैंने इस तरह डील करना है. और मेरी एंजाइटी जो थी ना वो एकदम ख़त्म हो गई. Because I was suddenly in control of my condition.
Yes.
So when I put that post up, I remember everyone in my family had a conversation with me, and they were like, Sumaya, are you sure you want to talk about this?
और पता है
This is a very personal thing. And
वो एक time ऐसा था nobody was talking about something like
Yeah,
this, like anything that
absolutely.
had to do with female reproductive health, nowhere, and मतलब कोई बात नहीं कर रहा था.
and it's a taboo subject already. और
anyway.
उसके बाद फिर वो होता है कि लोग आपके बारे में क्या
हाँ,
सोचेंगे.
पब्लिक में तुम ये जाके बात कर रही हो. हाँ, so your family.
Yeah, so everyone was just kind of worried. And they were like, are you sure you want to talk about this? And they even tried to convince me to put the post down, and I was adamant कि नहीं ये तो हो रहा है. And I had my reasons, and I had very strong reasons. And I think that was the first time when I kind of understood myself, and I realized how passionate I was about talking about things which really mattered to other women, which other people were scared to talk about. And I didn't care if इसका कोई backlash मुझे मिलेगा, as long as it was going to help other women.
Yeah, you really wanted to make that difference.
Yeah.
You knew that you had the power to create such
Yeah.
a positive impact.
Yeah.
Regardless of लोग फिर क्या कहते हैं इसके
Yeah.
बारे में.
Yeah. And it actually did really well. Like after that post, a lot of people came and they appreciated the post. They understood what was happening. I still get messages where people are, people just come to my profile to read all about PCOS that I've written many posts after that.
Yeah, अब तो काफ़ी common हो गया. A lot of people are talking about it. But
Yeah.
I remember when you did it, तब बिल्कुल unheard of था. And generally be like, overall be like not off the internet as well. There wasn't much about PCOS. And
Yeah.
it's surprising because it's very common.
Yeah.
कि there was, so I think you were one of the first people to put out any material regarding it
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, in Pakistan.
Yeah, in Pakistan. So that makes a huge difference to a lot of girls that are going through it.
Yeah.
और उसमें फिर वो कोई एक भी होना जिसको फर्क पड़ रहा है, then
Yeah.
you know कि it's worth it.
Yeah,
है ना?
absolutely.
हाँ, right. अच्छा, फिर when did this become full time?
So I moved back to Pakistan, and at that time I also knew. So the day we were flying back, I found out I was pregnant, and it was after, like I said, it was almost after 3 years. So there was a lot of transition happening, and I already knew that I'm going to have a baby, inshallah. So I didn't want to start a job and then have to leave it. Or Pakistan mein, like I said, maternity ज़्यादा नहीं थी, and I have wanted a baby since I was a baby myself. Like I'm obsessed with babies. So, so I knew that I would want to be the sort of mom who would stay at home as much as I can with my children. So I didn't want to start a 9 to 5, and I still wanted to do something because उस वक्त कोई मेरी इतनी responsibilities as such नहीं थी.
ठीक है.
So that's when I thought, I already have this platform. I'm already blogging, so let's make this like a full-time thing. And then obviously you were already doing something, so it was easier for me to jump into it because I got a lot of help from you. कि अच्छा ये कैसे होता है पाकिस्तान में, ये क्या है, क्या scene है, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's when I wouldn't say I was completely full-time. I would probably consider it more like a hobby, but I was having fun with it, and I
मतलब you
just
were not
continued.
considering it your work, but you were doing it. हाँ,
Yeah.
हाँ.
Yeah, and for me it was still just about, sharing content that would help women.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. And so, so you got pregnant. you got pregnant and you moved back and you were doing this as a hobby.
Yeah.
Right. So then you had a baby, right? and that I know has been a major turning point in your for any woman.
Yeah.
बच्चा हो जाए तो
Yeah.
बहुत बड़ा major turning
Yeah.
point है. But I know that it has led to everything that you are doing today, because I think after you became a mother, there were a lot of realizations that you had, and you told me that there was a lot of struggle that came after it.
Yeah.
So और मुझे पता है कि again this is one of those things जो कि हर किसी के साथ होता है.
Yeah.
और बहुत common है. और I know that there are a lot of things that you would want to talk about. So how was it? So after you had your child, what were all the things that you struggled with and that you would want to share with us?
That's a lot of
Where to start? Where to start? So maybe you can start from like what your expectations were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then what happened?
So I would actually start from the time when I got pregnant.
ठीक है.
And I announced my pregnancy when I was around 7 months pregnant.
ठीक है.
उस टाइम पे मुझे रियलाइज़ होना शुरू था कि यार पाकिस्तान इज़ नॉट अ वेरी ईजी प्लेस टू हैव अ चाइल्ड, बिकॉज यू नो पीपल वुड से थिंग्स लाइक व्हाई आरंट यू कवरिंग योर बेली. मतलब इस तरह की चीज़ें थी.
Going through it right now.
Yeah. You know, and
The mom shamers come out really fast.
yeah, and it was really upsetting. Because I wanted to celebrate my pregnancy and I don't see any reason why I should cover it. So what's your problem, right? So उस तरह की चीज़ें हो रही थी, and like I said, there's a lot of noise, right? The reason why eventually us women become the way we are is because we go through so much of like these aggressive
Why are you doing this?
haters.
Don't do this. Attack
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this and attack
yeah.
for that. हाँ.
So वो सारी चीज़ों के बाद जब मेरा फाइनली बच्चा हुआ, that was the moment when I would say I was completely transformed as a person. And the Sumayya that I was before that and the Sumayya that I am now are two completely different people.
Okay.
And I say that because, you know, once you become a mother, your life becomes secondary, your needs become secondary, and you don't realize no matter how much someone prepares you. Like I had friends who were telling me, Sumaya, डिलीवरी तो कुछ भी नहीं होगी, उसके बाद जो होगा ना तुम्हें पता चलेगा. मैं कहती थी यार क्या बातें कर रहे हैं, I'm gonna nail it, you know.
Yeah, but and I feel like even if you're not thinking that, like even if you're thinking just now, because you know you've told me a lot about this,
Yeah.
तो इससे मुझे होता है कि हाँ, you know, सुमैया सही कह रही है, बहुत चेंज होगा. But I think
जब तक वो आपके साथ खुद नहीं होता ना, वो आपको नहीं समझ आती कि वो चीज़ें क्या हैं. And lot of things you can't really put down in words either.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
there
to
are
just
lot
go
of-
through them.
There are a lot of big emotions that come out, and there are a lot of sides of you that you never thought you would see. So after you become a mom, it's not about just you adjusting into that new role. Obviously, you're doing that. And you know how I was saying कि मैं पाकिस्तान आई transition थी. भाई बच्चे के बाद जो ट्रांजिशंस है ना वो मल्टी स्केल पे, ठीक है. सो you have your transition as a mom, you have your transition as this new person that you are now, you have your transition as this person with a new body, and then you have a transition as a new, like a different wife, you know. So your relationship changes, even your transition as a daughter. Like I feel like the people naturally जो आपके इर्द गिर्द लोग होते हैं वो तो वैसे ही है ना, लेकिन आप एकदम चेंज हो गए. So your relationships around you, they change, and like I said, it's natural, right? Like everyone around you is still the same, but you've suddenly changed as a person. So they're also going through that. It's not just you who's going through that transition. They're also going through that transition where they're trying to rediscover
You.
or understand this new person, and with a lot of big emotions and needs and everything.
ये वही वाली बात है ना, वही कि अब एक तो a baby is born but a mother is also born.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
completely, which is a completely new person from what even she doesn't know herself, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. So yeah, that was the first thing I think where I realized that this is not going to be easy, and it took me a good year, I would say, to understand myself again, and settle down into this new role. And you know how you were saying expectations kya thi? Mere dimag mein, honestly speaking, like when I found out that I was pregnant, and even through my pregnancy, I kept thinking, I'm going to be that mom who's always going to be well dressed. I'm going to be that mom who's going to be traveling with my child. I'm not going to sit at home. And for me, like, I already knew that I'm going to breastfeed my child. So that was something that wasn't very easy. With my firstborn, it was super duper difficult. And there is completely no support in Pakistan. There's no doctor, literally no doctor. I would go to doctors and they'd be like, ये बेटा हमें तो नहीं इसके बारे में पता. Who would guide you कि क्या issues हो रहे हैं, क्या करना है,
proper
किस तरह
lactation consultants नहीं है ना.
बिल्कुल. और हमारी अम्माओं को सब कुछ भूल चुका है. सो उनके पास में जाती कहती बेटा मुझे तो याद ही नहीं है, इतना अरसा हो गया है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा, बस हो गया था, यू नो. सो या सो it was literally learning on the job. You're learning everything, you're already not so confident, and then there are people who are coming and constantly telling you how to do things, or pulling you down, body shaming you, or questioning what you're doing with your child. Like, every child is different, every child is unique, right? So my child had her own set of issues, and everyone had their opinions about it based on what they had seen or what they knew. Lekin at the end of the day, the mom knows best. Right? And she knows कि उसके बच्चा की personality कैसी है, वो क्या, what works, what doesn't work. तो आपको constantly, that's another thing where you have to constantly tell people कि नहीं मैं ये क्यों कर रही हूँ. And that's something that I feel like you shouldn't have to do, but in our society it's like a given that you have to be respectful, so you have to explain everything to everyone, or you let go and you let them take over how your child is going to be raised. So all of those things were something that I never expected. I was never prepared for. And from what I was expecting, जो reality थी वो इस तरह थी कि मैं ना तो मैं तैयार हो पाती थी, ना मेरा दिल करता था, because you know I was never like a big bulky girl. And then suddenly I had gained a lot of weight. I gained 20 kilos in my first pregnancy. By the end of the first year, I had lost 18. But you know, like that entire year, I just did not feel comfortable with my body. And even more so because people kept saying really mean things to me. You know, and I'm not talking about random people. These are people in my family, my friends. A lot of them were supportive as well, but then there was always somebody who would come and say something,
remind you that your body is so different now. Which is so bad, because you know that it had to do with pregnancy. It's not like इस बंदे ने कोई binge eating की है अपनी पूरी जिंदगी और careless है, you know. So वो वाली issue चल रहा था. फिर I never even thought about how, you know, my relationships will change. And how my own mental health will get affected. And the thing with mental health is like postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, it really creeps in slowly. So for the longest time, I did not even know that I was going into it. I thought I was fine, and I was just, you know, angry even though
or
you
upset.
knew about PPD.
Yeah, I was very much well aware of it. People had told me that somebody with PCOS is at a higher risk of getting PPD. So I knew all of those things, and I thought, I'm not going to get it. And I'm a very positive person. I'm a very happy person. I'm not going to get depressed. And I didn't even realize that I was getting it. And it took me a really long time when eventually, you know, like things really got out of hands. And that was also a point where I finally took a break from blogging. So after I had Mirai, I was still blogging. And that was the point where, because I was going through all of these struggles, I started talking about those. And जब मैंने उनके बारे में बात करना शुरू की, मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि पाकिस्तान में इन चीज़ों के बारे में तो कोई बात ही नहीं करता. So, you know, again, it was a taboo. There were still some people who would come and say, इतनी बड़ी क्या बात है, सब औरतें करती हैं, बच्चे सब पैदा करते हैं.
That's the biggest thing ना, कि आप आके बताओ कि मुझे मुश्किल लग रहा है, तो लोग कहेंगे ये क्या बात है, माँ का तो काम है, एक तो माँ का काम है. So you know, there would still be some shamers, but I would still say majority of the people were very appreciative, were able to relate, and I felt they could find support. फिर अपनी mental health की वजह से I started a support group.
And I was doing these sessions, and I had like a few people jo till date are now my really good friends, and we still meet even though we're not formally doing any support group sessions.
What was it, that support group like? What was it?
So basically we found a place, and we were doing like formal support group sessions. There were other moms all with same age ke bache, and on sessions pe hum log every session we would discuss a topic.
ठीक है.
So it would be a topic about their child or about their own mental health, and then कुछ information sharing होती थी जो मैं उनके लिए prepare करके लेके जाती थी, उन्हें बताती थी, और बाकी वो आपस में एक दूसरे को बताते थे, problems discuss करते थे, share करते थे एक दूसरे के साथ. And then on some sessions we had like some guests coming in, some experts from the field, कोई nutritionist आ गया, कोई mental health का आ गया, कोई child learning ka aa gaya. So those people came in, and they shared information as well. So we had like I think around 10 sessions or something like that. And then after that I just took a break from blogging, from support group sessions, because that was when I realized that my mental health was not doing great.
Okay.
And I just needed a break from everything else that I was doing, and I needed to focus on myself, on my children, on my kid, us waqt ek hi thi, and my relationships with everybody.
Okay.
And another thing with postpartum depression is that you start distancing yourself from people.
Isolate apna, self-isolate.
Yeah, self-isolate karte hain, and there's a lot of negativity that you accept. Okay. Within yourself. Okay. So you start seeing everything with a negative mindset.
Okay.
Like your mind is constantly telling you कि ये इस तरह गलत है और ये इस तरह हुआ, उन्होंने जानबूझ के ये किया होगा. So there's a lot of negative talk and negative self-talk where you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough.
Okay, so self-esteem issues and resentment issues.
Yeah. Like, and I find this funny now, but this is very common, by the way. When I had my first child, I hated the fact that my husband could go out whenever he wanted to, or just to do groceries, or just to meet friends. I used to hate it. And I actually even felt jealous.
Because you couldn't.
Because I couldn't do it. And I resented him for still being able to sleep, or still having similar, like, I know that he had a huge adjustment as well, obviously. But I didn't feel that way. And I think just as it's important for moms to have support, it's important for dads to have support, and it's important for both the partners to communicate about what they're feeling.
Yeah.
So in my case, my husband took that role where he constantly tried to support me, and he wasn't sharing what he was feeling and the transitions that he was going through, which I think is so important, because that's when you realize that the other person is making an effort, the other person is also going through something, and the other person's life has also changed. It's not just me. And then the second aspect of it was acceptance of the fact that our lives will be different now.
Yeah, and you can't expect to live the way that you were before.
That, and you can't, there is not going to be equality in parenting. Because that was something, for somebody who's always spoken about equality and women empowerment, right? You would expect the same in parenting.
कि मतलब माँ बाप दोनों हर चीज इकट्ठे मिलके equal.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
लेकिन do you think that's a wrong expectation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe a lot of people will bash me for saying this, but I think nature has made it that way.
Okay.
The woman bears the child for 9 months, the man cannot. The woman produces the milk, the man cannot. So those, and then the changes that go inside the woman's brain that make her more responsive to a baby crying, to a baby's
There's a lot of instinct and intuitiveness that comes, that you can't expect your husband to sort of have.
Yeah. So even though he would be there, to do those things, it would be harder for him to do them as opposed to me, because somehow I would know what to do.
They don't come as naturally.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah. So so that took a while for me to accept that, parenting is not one area where I should be expecting equality.
Okay.
And it's okay.
Okay.
And it's okay that he has, his life is still not as tied down to the kids as mine. And that I chose this life for myself. So, I wanted to do this, and the bigger acceptance was that I can do this. Because you're constantly thinking, yaar, मुझसे नहीं हो सकता. I don't think I'm a good mother. I don't think I can do this. I don't know what I'm doing. And you're constantly learning on the go. कोई चीज़ आती थी, you're ridden with anxiety. बच्चा खा नहीं रहा, बच्चा सो नहीं रहा, बच्चा अब क्यों रो रहा है, बच्चा अब क्यों रात को उठ रहा है. Learning. तो वो पूरा 1 साल जो होता है ना, वो it's a lot of struggle and challenges that you kind of overcome with time. And then after that 1 year, you come out as a superhero because you know how to deal with literally anything. You toss anything my way at this point in life, and I would know how to deal with it.
Yeah. So much, I think, come out so much stronger.
Yeah, like, your patience goes way up. You have very less, space in your self to deal with bullshit. You're a lot more, like, you can multitask very easily. You're a lot more focused. So there are a lot of things that happen. In fact, I feel like after you become a mom, you learn so many skills that you should definitely put down on your resume because you don't learn them on the job. It's literally the hardest job. And I've worked at many different places, right? So I can say this for a fact that this is the hardest job that anyone can ever do.
So how did you said that, for a long time you were in denial that you had PPD, and you said that it sort of creeps in.
Yeah.
Then you said that you realized that your mental health was not you were not doing so well mentally, and then you decided to take a break.
Yeah.
So how did you realize, what made you realize this?
There's a point where you hit rock bottom and you realize that nothing in your life is okay anymore.
Okay.
And emotionally, it's just really draining. You feel like you're in a dark place and you're all alone. And you can't sleep, you can't focus on anything, you can't even enjoy your child. You're getting, like, you're slowly cutting yourself from, people around you. Even people who are trying to support you, you're pushing them away. So there were all these signs, and that's when I realized, okay, you know what, I have PPD. And aapki anxiety बढ़ जाती है. Like, there are other symptoms that were happening, and I figured out. And once I knew that this is happening, then I had to make drastic changes. And of course, like, my family was supportive the whole time. They were supportive from day one. But, because you're going through PPD, and like you were saying that I didn't know about it, and B, I never thought I would have it. So I was kind of in denial, right? So once I realized that ye ho gaya hai, then I knew that mujhe karna hai kya. And then I tried to find therapists. I couldn't find anyone, which was really sad again and disappointing. But मुझे उसको कोई भी नहीं मिला, लोग अपॉइंटमेंट्स नहीं दे रहे थे, या जिनको मैं कॉल करके गायब हो जाते थे. So then I just started working on my own. I started taking time out for myself. Things that I read online, things that people told me that I should do, things that other moms were telling me to do. So I started making those lifestyle changes. And my child had also grown up, so मुझे थोड़ी सी space मिल गई थी life में to do those things.
For yourself.
Yeah. So once I felt that now I'm in control of my life again, I came back to my platform. I finally came out of the break.
How long was the break?
I think 8 months.
ठीक है.
And then I started, and that was one of the first things that I spoke about was PPD. And I spoke about my own, like, why I went off and that I was, struggling with PPD, and now I'm back. And then I did a video about what PPD looks like, and, all of those things, because I just felt like this is something that women should be aware of. Because like I was saying, I didn't know that I had this, for the longest time. But if somebody can listen to those things and realize that, okay, I'm going through these symptoms, and this is what I'm going through, they'll be able to take action a lot sooner.
Yeah. Okay, what I need to do something about this.
Absolutely.
So you made a decision of leaving your blog, right? You did that because you needed time to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Was that a difficult decision to make though? Because it was like jo cheez something that was something you were doing for yourself as well, right?
Yeah.
So did you feel ke so one of the things jo mujhe hota hai ke when you become a mother, so then there are a lot of things you let go that are yours.
Yeah.
Right? So did it feel like ye bhi mujhe ek sacrifice karna pad raha hai? Yeah, you made that decision in a very self-aware state ke no, this is something that you embraced very confidently कि ये मैं छोड़ रही हूँ अभी के लिए. और were there fears कि अब छूट जाएगा तो मेरी ज़िंदगी अब ख़त्म हो जाएगा मेरे लिए, and I don't know.
I think that's a very good question, and I think it's not as simple as that. So,
Okay.
One thing that you go through as a mom, like you were saying कि आपको होता है कि मेरी चीज़ है, उससे ज़्यादा चीज़ जो मुझे फेस हुई थी, and I think a lot of other moms go through this as well, is it's hard to accept that you should just be a mom.
हाँ. Yeah,
You know,
that's
because
something
our
we should talk about.
generation has always been told to study hard, get good grades, graduate from good universities,
Work.
and build a career. Right? And then suddenly you have a kid, and then everyone's like, कुछ नहीं होता, बच्चा पालो, chill करो, you know, take your time, la la la. But you know how the industry is. Out of sight, out of mind. So for me, the reason why I didn't stop right away was because I thought, you know, this will keep my mind on something else, and you know, I would have something going on, and like you said, something of my own. And then the second thing was that I didn't want to become just a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
So one of those acceptance वाली चीज़ों में ये भी था, where I had to tell myself कि it's okay if I'm not doing anything else and I'm just focusing on my kids. And it was hard, the decision, because I delayed it for as long as I could. And then eventually I reached a point where I realized कि ये नहीं हो रहा. Like
so
I'm
basically
unable
you were just
to
pushing yourself कि मैं करूँ.
Yeah. But then I realized that this is not making me happy. If anything, this is
फायदा
having
नहीं
an
है.
adverse effect because I'm overburdened. I'm thinking about too many different things, and I'm not focusing on the one thing that I need to focus on the most right now, which is myself. You know, because that would eventually lead to my child being happy, my
Yeah.
family being happy.
Yeah, you needed your own cup to be full.
Yeah.
Huh.
And when I stopped, I think I was a lot at ease. I was so much better. I felt so relieved. एक सर पे से ना मेरी वो टेंशन उतर गई
I think
थी.
अगर आप even if like blogging आप as a hobby कर रहे हो या जैसे भी कर रहे हो, अगर आपने ये चीज़ अपने दिमाग में सोची हुई है कि this is something that I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
so you will constantly feel the pressure of doing it.
Yeah.
But if you've sort of embraced कि मैंने अभी नहीं करनी,
Yeah.
you know, flat out,
Yeah.
so then you don't feel the pressure
Yeah.
because you've made a conscious decision
Yeah.
कि मैंने ये अभी नहीं करना.
And the other thing, Hamna, is that once you become a mom, you need to learn how to pace yourself. And it takes a while to eventually get to that stage where you know how you're going to pace yourself. So even now that I have a business, I have literally, and I don't have like a big team, or I don't have a lot of people working for me. And there was a lot that had to be done, right? But one of the skills that I've learned now is just knowing आज काम नहीं हो सकता तो नहीं हो सकता, it's okay. आज बच्चे are having a tough day, it's okay, I'll get to my tasks tomorrow. And even if my business takes like 8 months to establish, it's okay. And that's what I did. And वो वाली चीज़ जो है ना, वो आपको एक और learning ये देती है कि at the end of the day, the kids are my first priority.
हाँ.
So everything else just became secondary. And if my career was having an impact on overall everything, our well-being, then it had to be put on the side for, you know, the betterment, to the point that I was ready to take that on again. So that's basically.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is here as well is कि it's okay to slow down.
Yeah.
And like आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बेशक बैकग्राउंड में चीज़ें
Yeah.
होती रहें
Yeah.
slowly they
Yeah.
will happen. But
I mean,
it's okay.
it's okay to know what's important for you at that point in time, and then set your pace accordingly. You know, whatever it is. Like some people don't have that luxury where they can take off from work. You know, so even if that's the case, then you set your expectations accordingly. Then you know that okay, I can't be a full-time stay-at-home mom, right? And then you build your whole lifestyle and everything and your expectations around that. So for me, the first thing was that I wanted to be a full-time stay-at-home mom, and then everything else had to somehow fit in
To that.
yeah. So then I decided, okay, this is not working out. I'll wait for the time when I can start fitting those things in. And I took that break, and then eventually when things got better, I came back to content. Content karte karte, I came up with the idea of Super Khawateen because, like I said, it was always about empowerment, right? So my content became heavily focused on motherhood, around, you know, the experiences that I was facing, the things that women face after they become a mom. I was talking about those. I was talking about other empowerment related issues as well. But because, you know, I had gone through a career break, I was trying to come back. I was trying to find financial independence for myself, for somebody who's been earning and suddenly not earning. So this show kind of made sense. I just had an idea about it one night, and I woke up and I started working on it.
Okay, what was Super Khawateen?
So Super Khawateen was a mini series of, I think, 10 episodes that I did on IGTV. And I invited 10 people from like different industries, and I just asked them to share their journey and talk about, you know, what led them to eventually become financially independent or become, you know,
It was
XYZ
focused
person.
on financial independence for women.
Yeah, for women. And their lessons. So not about like how sad their journey was or issues that exist, but more about like, you know, the positive outtakes that they've found in their journey, and sharing those with other people, or the learnings that they had that they can share with others that can help them find financial independence as well.
So financial independence kyun? Why is it that something that
Because
you're so passionate about?
It's extremely empowering.
ठीक है.
And this is something I've also learned in my experience interacting with other women, right? Not everyone gets to have a very comfortable life, a very happy marriage, you know, or have somebody to support them. And women are mostly unbanked. They don't have their bank accounts. They're always dependent on somebody. And because of that dependence, they're unable to make decisions for themselves that they would truly, really want to. You know, and I'm talking about basic needs, about, you know, just having the kind of lifestyle they want, or the space they want, or the right to work, or the right to study more, things like that, or how they want to raise their kids. So because they're not financially independent, they're looked down upon. They're not respected enough, or by their own families, by their in-laws, or they're told what to do, how they should live their lives.
Because somebody else is paying the bills. वो power dynamic है ना, because of it, because of not being the one to earn.
Absolutely. So that's one thing. So मेरी main motivation, like I said, was, you know, I was trying to find financial independence for myself, but while I was doing that, I realized how important this is in the overarching scheme of things in our society. And I thought, you know, let's just bring people together who have stories to share, who've actually done it well, and just motivate other women out there to do the same thing and to find that independence. You know, and alhamdulillah, like I come from a point of privilege where I didn't have to go through those issues, but anyone can go through them at any point in life, right?
तो होना तो सबको चाहिए.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. So that's how I started doing that series. और उसमें we had interviews. So, you know how we're talking right now, उस time we had a conversation with them. And they shared
You were also 9 months pregnant.
I was. And I remember मैं recording हो रही थी, मैं बातचीत कर रही हूँ, और नीचे ना नूराय जो है वो फुल किक मार रही है.
In all the podcasts, I'm just like, Okay.
Yeah, the baby's like totally enjoying the conversation and fully like pitching in, and so yeah, so that happened, and that was that pivotal point in my life where I was 9 months pregnant, and I was so inspired that I thought, okay, I'm having my second kid, but I am going to start something of my own. And it wasn't just like, the thought wasn't कि मैंने business करना है. The thought was कि there were a lot of things that I had in my mind that I thought Pakistan में होनी चाहिए, but I just didn't think कि I can start a business or I should start a business.
You know, any good business actually starts with the problem you want to solve.
Yeah.
So it's not about मैंने किस चीज़ के बारे में business शुरू करना है. It's more like ये एक problem है और मैंने इसको solve करना है.
Yeah.
And then that leads to a business which is just the
Absolutely.
solution to that problem you've identified in society.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how like everything I do has started. You know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a thought, it's an idea, a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
And then that leads to whatever you end up doing.
Absolutely.
हाँ.
So that's when I started Super Mama.
ठीक है.
और सुपर मामा मैंने स्टार्ट किया है नूराई के पैदा होने के बाद. So I was already, she was already like 3-4 months old by then. And I was full-time breastfeeding. I had a toddler and I had her, but somehow my parents were in the US. They have still not seen my second born. But you know, like alhamdulillah, like Allah Miya, वो होता है ना, Allah Miya माओ को strength देता है,
हिम्मत देता है.
So it just,
You didn't think you could do it.
yeah, and then I was just able to somehow, and we started off with Super Mama, which was just a platform where we were sharing, content. So the idea was that really empower moms in Pakistan to face whatever challenge is going to come their way, and
Make it easier for them.
and the challenges are like,
Incredible.
yeah,
And
yeah, like I'm at a
uncountable.
loss for words. It's that much.
And uncountable.
Yeah. So just preparing them in the best way possible, and even once they've delivered, once they're going through those things, just constantly tell them that, you know, we're here for you. There's somebody out there who understands and you can talk to. So that's what the platform is. There are lots of mamas there, and they share, you know, we have like some fun things to do. We have like Monday chai party, sab aake pitch in karte hain, share karte hain. And then DMs pe log aake,
It's a community for moms.
Yeah, so people ask questions about what they're going through, and we help them out with resources and everything. And then we have content which is dedicated to, like, you know, all the information sharing. But usi ke saath, so my girls have just loved reading books, and it's something that we enjoy as a family a lot. And
That's so cute.
so, you
I
know,
love that.
children are of two types. They're the talkers and the walkers.
Okay.
So my kids are the walkers. They're the fully active ones, and they're good at picking up words, but they're not like very expressive कि वो आपसे बैठ के ना बातें करेंगे और गप्पें लगाएंगे. So for me it was even more important कि मैं उन्हें books के साथ words सिखाऊं, language सिखाऊं, ताकि वो communicate करें, express करें what they're feeling, what they're seeing, what they want, things like that. So we started getting picture books, जो बच्चों की board books होती हैं, but with textures. And Meera used to love them. She would touch them, she would lick them, she would try to eat them, and she's done everything with them. But we have like a really big collection of books, and she knows all of them by heart. And mashallah, like she's by the time she was 2, she knew all her colors, she knew dinosaur names, she knew animals and fruits and vegetables, like you name it, and she knew those things. And like I said, she's not a talker, right? So but she knew what everything was, and she could tell you exactly what she needed. वो objects को identify करके word बोल देगी. And she picked on words very quickly for somebody who's not interested in talking. But it's become like a thing where even today I was just looking at her. वो क्या करती है कि वो ना कोई भी अपनी कलेक्शन में से एक बुक निकालती है जैसे पढ़नी होती है, और जाके ना मेरे हस्बैंड के पास जाके वो चढ़ के बैठ जाती है और वो कहती है मुझे ये बुक पढ़ाएं.
Cute.
You know, and it's like a little moment that they have together.
It's a bonding time.
Yes, it's the best, you know. So the challenge that we faced was we couldn't find books like those in Pakistan. And every time somebody was coming from abroad, or like my husband was traveling for work, he would get those books for her. तो पहली चीज़ तो ये थी कि पाकिस्तान में वो बुक्स नहीं थी. दूसरी चीज़ ये हुई कि हम पाकिस्तान में रहते हुए हमारे घर में सब उर्दू बोल रहे होते हैं, लेकिन कार्टून्स इंग्लिश में, बुक्स सारी इंग्लिश में,
हाँ.
तो सारी चीज़ें वो इंग्लिश में सीख रही थी जो कि वो ऑलरेडी स्कूल में जाके सीख लेगी. बट हर उर्दू वाज लाइक, आई कुड टेल दैट हर उर्दू इज नॉट एट द सेम लेवल एज हर इंग्लिश लर्निंग, एंड इट वाज फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग. सो आई स्टार्ट लुकिंग फॉर उर्दू बुक्स एंड इट वाज super disappointing because you don't find anything decent in the bookstores here.
No baby books in Urdu.
No baby books in Urdu. So then that was when I thought of my first product, and I thought, and it was basically मैं चाहती थी कि मीराए के लिए एक ऐसी किताब हो जिससे मैं उसे उर्दू सिखा सकूँ. So वहाँ से वो स्टार्ट हुई, उस पर काम होना शुरू हुआ. उस वक्त मुझे नहीं लगा कि इतनी कोई बड़ी प्रोडक्ट होगी, ये होगा वो होगा, बट आई जस्ट न्यू आई वांटेड टू मेक इट. So I made it. Then I started sharing it with a few people, वैसे ही उनका feedback लेने के लिए, and everybody was like so happy about it and they were so interested in it. All the other moms that I shared it with, and I thought, okay, this can be like a viable product. And so that's what last Sunday we finally launched our first product at Supermama.
Okay. Can you show us your product?
Okay, so this is the box.
You can show it in there. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. So this is the box. And it says, "You're doing great, Mama."
Cute.
So every mom
needs to hear that.
Exactly. So every mom that gets this book for their kid, the first thing she'd read would be, okay, you know what? I'm doing a good job.
Cute.
So inside you have our story. So there's a little card which gives us our story, and there's another card which has like, our details, and it thanks everyone who gets the product. And then we have this book. So the first one is on animals. It's called Baby Touch and Feel Animals. And when you open it, you just have, it's a board book, and it's completely like baby safe. So, there's non-toxic materials, and it's not easily torn and all of those things. But the images are like big and vibrant and colorful, and then there are these fun textures. Yeah, so there are all these textures.
Texture books आपको उर्दू में तो दूर दूर तक नहीं, खैर आपको board books भी नहीं मिलती हैं.
Yeah,
this
so
is
there's
amazing.
There's this shiny texture, and then there's this turtle cut texture. Acha, and the other thing that I wanted to make sure. So one thing that we would see in books from abroad would be a lot of pigs.
Yeah.
And it's something that's not in Pakistan, and it's something that I'm not very enthusiastic about teaching my kids. Like, I'm not averse to the idea of teaching them what a pig is, but like, they're not really going to come across it, right? Or turkey, for example. So I wanted, and this is not just about animals. Like, other books, maybe food items honge, like blueberries or avocados, जो मैंने जिंदगी में पाकिस्तान में मुश्किल से कभी देखने.
तो वो लैंग्वेज की सिर्फ बात नहीं थी, वो थी कि उनको जो चीज़ें रियल लाइफ में वो सीखनी चाहिए.
एंड उसका रीज़न ये होता है कि children learn the fastest when they can relate to one thing at multiple platforms, right? So if they're seeing something in a book and then they see it in real life, तो वो जल्दी से reinforce हो जाती है. So I wanted books that were contextualized, for example,
for Pakistani people.
Yes. So if I want to have a book about vehicles, I want to have trucks in it, like Pakistan truck art wali trucks and rickshaws and things like that. So food की book है तो उसमें पराठे होने चाहिए, और हलवा होना चाहिए. So things that they're having on their daily life, and they can relate to it, and they can say, oh, this is exciting.
That makes so much sense.
So this book has animals that you can actually see on the road normally, or see in like parks or places like public spaces easily. So वो इसमें है. Plus we tried to make sure that, it has animals from like all the different animal groups. So they're like sea animals and insects and farm animals and wildlife animals. So all of those are there. And then the textures are there and everything. So the focus is, it's English and Urdu both, but there's more Urdu in there than English. So for example, the cat says, cat के नीचे लिखा है बिल्ली, और इसके जो वो है साउंड है वो लिखा हुआ है मियाओ मियाओ.
हाँ, उर्दू में लिखा.
Yeah, and the fun thing about this was that when you were coming up with sounds, you realized कि कुछ साउंड्स उर्दू में अलग होते हैं.
हाँ, जिस तरह डॉग के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है बाऊ बाऊ.
बाऊ बाऊ.
हाँ, वरना इंग्लिश में इट्स वूफ वूफ.
Yes.
हाँ.
And एक और बड़े मजे का है, the rooster. So मुर्गा in English is always cock-a-doodle-doo, but in Urdu it says kukru-ku.
Sahi, makes sense.
Yeah, so we wanted to, you know, make it as Pakistani as possible and have both languages in there so that the children can actually master both of them at the
I
same
think people
time.
abroad would really want this.
Even people in Pakistan, like I think moms understand and realize the challenges that we faced as well. And like I said, once the kids start going to school, they're going to be talking in English all the time because that's just how our schooling is.
Yeah.
So it's become even more important to teach them this language at this age ताकि उनकी वो base strong हो. क्योंकि अब वो cartoons भी सारे English में देख रहे होते हैं.
नर्सरी राइम्स भी ज़्यादा इंग्लिश में होती हैं. YouTube पे हर चीज़ इंग्लिश में है, तो वो फिर
Absolutely.
अब जब इंग्लिश
हर तरफ reinforce हो रही होती है.
हाँ, so you're bringing something new to the table, innovative.
Yes.
Okay, so Super Mama के साथ do you plan on bringing more products, inshallah?
Yes, we do. And we're already like brainstorming on what those would be. Hopefully, inshallah, if this book does well, then, you know, we'll have more on, you know, different areas of life that the kids can sit and read.
चलो, that's great. एक सवाल मैंने पूछना था, बीच में मुझे ख्याल आया था. So basically, you know, you decided to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So we're going back a little.
Yeah.
ठीक है. But you also understand very well, like you said, the importance of financial independence, right?
Yeah.
So when you decided to be a stay-at-home mom, did it affect you that you were not financially independent?
It did.
Okay.
In the sense that it's an internal struggle.
ठीक
Like
है.
I said, for somebody who had been earning her entire life and then suddenly being in a position where I was completely dependent on my husband to provide, even though like there was never, like, he was always
didn't
happy.
need to.
Yeah, he was always happy to give me whatever I asked him, you know. We never had that relationship where he would say, why do you need this money? You know, but it was an internal thing where maybe you can say it was a matter of pride.
ठीक है.
You know, and a matter of just me and my confidence and maybe linked to my self-esteem as well. Where I felt, and इसकी एक बहुत छोटी सी एग्जाम्पल ये है कि हम लोग जब थाईलैंड में होते थे ना, तो मेरी जितनी भी सैलरी होती थी ना, वो आई वुड पुट असाइड फॉर ट्रैवलिंग.
ठीक
तो
है.
हम जितनी भी ट्रिप्स करते थे उसमें मैं अपनी सैलरी सेव करके,
That was your money.
That was our trip vacation money. So now when you were traveling and you were doing those things, I just felt kind of left out.
ठीक है.
You know, like I wanted to do that willingly. It made me happy. It genuinely made me happy that I was, you know, putting away. I was able to take our family for a vacation. And I don't think it's a very unnatural sort of a feeling to have, you know, कि आपकी family है, your husband is working hard as well. You want to help out. You want to also be an equal member, if not equal, then as close to him as possible, where you can also pitch in for whatever. Yeah, even though he doesn't need it, but it still feels nice, right? So that was, for me, that was kind of what
Okay.
that feeling was.
But that's just like, मुझे यही होता है ना कि so a lot of women want to be financially independent, but then they've also chosen to be stay-at-home moms, and I think it can be a huge mental struggle where you I just मैं जो पूछने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ वो ये है कि if you want to be financially independent because you feel like you want to contribute financially as well, do you feel that maybe, is it because of society, or I don't know what the reason is, that being a stay-at-home mom does not feel good enough? Is it that, like, you know, कि मतलब इस तरह भी तो हो सकता है ना कि ठीक है, you bring money and you know, but you're very confident कि मैं तो stay-at-home mom हूँ and I don't need to bring in the money, like you know, he brings in the money, it's enough money, and you know, I'll just be stay at home and I don't need to pitch in.
Yeah.
But then there's that importance of financial independence that we talked about as well. So it's just a huge,
Like, how do you reconcile the two?
yeah, how do you reconcile the two? Because I feel like a lot of women do not feel a sense of empowerment, even though that they're doing so much. They're being full-time mothers. So why do they not feel that they're contributing enough
Yeah.
just because they're not bringing in the money?
I think it's like you already said, it has a lot to do with how our society is.
Yeah.
So एक वो पर्सनल परसेप्शन तो है ही कि यू नो मे बी वो पावर डायनामिक जो बन जाती है ना, जो बंदा पैसा कमा रहा है वो घर का सरबराह बन जाता है. लेकिन दूसरी एस्पेक्ट इसकी है कि हमने अपने दिमाग में भी एक ये बात बनाई हुई है कि यू नो द मैन इज़ द हेड ऑफ द फैमिली एंड एवरीथिंग. तीसरी इसमें एस्पेक्ट ये है कि when you become a stay-at-home mom, then everything that you're doing is for the child and you start losing yourself in the process.
ठीक है, self-identity.
Yeah, self-identity. And at that point, just having that financial independence can actually give you some sort of self-esteem, some sort of, you know, break from your whatever you're doing. But like I said, like we also consider stay-at-home moms to be not doing much. हमारे यहाँ वही कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो तो घर बैठी है ना, उसका तो कोई मसला ही नहीं है. जितना काम एक स्टे एट होम मॉम कर रही होती है ना, वो कोई भी और नहीं कर रहा होता है, क्योंकि वो उसका कोई वर्क आवर्स नहीं है. वो दिन में भी कर रही है, वो रात में भी कर रही है, बच्चे रात भर जाग रहे हैं, वो उनको भी टेंड कर रही है. सो आई थिंक दैट perception जब तक चेंज नहीं होगा ना, तब तक it's going to be very difficult for women to be comfortable with just being a stay-at-home mom. क्योंकि the people keep shaming them, or the people don't respect them enough for doing all the workload that they are doing.
I think what really sucks here is that either ways people shame you. So there are lots of women जो stay-at-home mom नहीं होंगी.
Yeah.
They're working women, वो 9 to 5 करी हैं, जो भी जॉब करी हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं, जो भी जॉब करी हैं. Then they're not good enough mothers ना. फिर लोग उनको उस पर कहते हैं कि यार ये अच्छी माँ नहीं है, क्योंकि ये फुल टाइम जो है अपने बच्चे को उस तरह नहीं अटेंड कर रही है, बच्चा निगलेक्ट हो रहा है. एंड इफ यू आर स्टे एट होम मॉम देन यू लुक डाउन अपॉन एज के
इतनी पढ़ के इसने क्या किया, या ये बस ये तो घर पे कुछ नहीं कर रही.
हाँ, so I think a lot of women would choose to continue to work and be financially independent again for the sake of their self-identity or mental health. So I think why I wanted to have this conversation is because a lot of women will be like
confused.
I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but when I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not happy because I'm not financially independent. And if I'm financially independent, then I'm working, then there's consistent mom guilt and mom shaming that you're not a good. So I just feel like एक ऐसी चीज़ है which is very personal to everyone, because I do feel कि कुछ माँओं के लिए, like you decided to be at stay-at-home mom at some point and do no work, right? Then later, when you were at a better stage, you realized, okay, now I need to work on being financially independent.
But so the thing here is that even now my priority is a stay-at-home mom, and the work has to fit in between, right? So there can be different levels, and I think for people who, like you said, how do they reconcile? I personally feel, Hamna, that we live in an age where it's important to be financially independent. Yes, you want to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's great. But it's just so much easier now to sit at home and do something. And you don't have to go to an office.
मतलब अब opportunity बहुत ज़्यादा है कि
बहुत ज़्यादा है. आप जो मैंने सुपर ख़वातीन किया था, उसमें कुछ ऐसे वेंचर्स थे जो घर पे औरतें काम करके उनके साथ पैसे बना रही थी. यू नो, आर्ट वर्क, क्राफ्ट का काम, या वो होते हैं फोरम्स पे आप जाके, नहीं वो क्या होते हैं, फ्रीलांस वर्क, थिंग्स लाइक दैट, वो करके देर मेकिंग मनी. सो अ लॉट ऑफ मॉम्स हैव स्टार्टेड ब्लॉगिंग, यू नो, जस्ट सो दैट दे कैन स्टार्ट अर्निंग समथिंग. सो वी लिव in a digital age. And that means people can literally start working from home. And what I do is
even
basically,
fathers are working from home.
Up to everybody is. But you know, like you don't have to do a 9 to 5. You just need to find some slots within your day जो आपको 2-3 घंटे मिलते हैं. आपने उसमें अपनी पेस पे आपने काम किया and आपने you find that independence for yourself. Because at the end of the day I feel like it's not one of those things जो पहले हम कहते थे ना कि नहीं औरत नहीं कमाना चाहती तो ना कमाए. But now I feel like that mindset needs to shift.
Okay.
And now, no matter what your circumstances are, you should be earning.
Okay.
Because that just sets women at par with all the other people around them. It gives them that sense of confidence and power on having control of their own life.
Okay. So you're saying that, like, it's okay to take a break if you have that privilege, but financial independence is something that you should always consider in your life.
Yeah.
But it should be a priority in your life.
It should be a priority, and even if it's not your first priority, that's fine. Even if you have to pace yourself, and even if it's slow, it's okay. But it needs to be there. You know how you say कि यार पढ़ाना तो है, तो उसी तरह फिर पैसे कमाना भी है.
ठीक.
अगर हमने अपने दिमाग में ये चीज़ एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि औरतों ने पढ़ना है, तो हम ये क्यों नहीं एक्सेप्ट करें कि औरतों ने पैसे भी कमाने
हैं. ठीक है.
And if that and that doesn't come from just women figuring out how to. Like the whole society needs to change. The husbands need to change. The in-laws need to change. The families need to support. The workplaces need to change.
एक पूरा overhaul of society and environment that is conducive to women working.
But that will come if our generation steps up right now and they start coming into the workforce and then they start demanding. We can't wait for the day कि चीज़ें change होंगी और फिर हम करना शुरू करेंगे. हम अभी वो effort put in करेंगे तो वो चीज़ें change होंगी. Like look at Norway. They give like 2 years in maternity. They give a whole year for paternity. And they're doing that because उनकी औरतें सारी वर्कफोर्स में सो वही औरतें इवेंचुअली लेजिस्लेशन बनाएंगी ना.
हाँ. सो whether you are a man or a woman, you should be a productive member of society and a financially independent person.
Absolutely.
So everybody needs to be a financially independent person regardless of their gender and their circumstances. It's just something that should have priority in a way.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's interesting. because I do feel it's a very big,
it's a gray area. A lot of people are like confused and it's not empowering if you say you shouldn't be a stay-at-home mom. It's not empowering if you say that you should be a working mom. But I think at the end of the day, it's their decision. But the important thing that they need to remember is this is something that they should have. They have the right to it. And if they think they don't need it for whatever reason, that's still fine. But if they can incorporate it in their lives, then they should.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, is there anything else that you want to say, Sumaya?
Thank you for having me on this episode of
Happy Chirp. Thank you for coming. मुझे बहुत मजा आया.
I know I talked a lot. I can't believe it's been like an hour.
You know, everybody who comes here, he says this to me. मुझे तो लग रहा था मुझसे बोला ही नहीं जाएगा. But I spoke a lot. People have a lot to say, पता है? So especially women have a lot to say, which is why I do this, because.
And I'm so glad that you do. Like I feel like a lot of women would get so much, I don't know, motivation or inspiration or just guidance or just
someone they can
assurance
relate to.
That what they're doing is right and okay.
So okay, Sumaya, thank you so much for coming here. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation as well and learned something from it. There's a lot about motherhood that you can learn from not just this episode with Sumaya, but from Super Mama, her platform. Please go and check it out. You know, personally, in my own journey so far, in my pregnancy, Super Mama has helped me a lot. You know, a post would come up and I would learn something from it. And I really enjoyed you do very engaging stories there as well. And now you guys are coming up with products that support women in their motherhood journeys and their children and everything. So please go check it out and check out her blog as well. It's so helpful and so resourceful for mothers out there. And a lot of you will eventually become mothers, even if you're not right now. So there's always something to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Allah Hafiz.